Greetings, good people. Today we're going to talk about the 4 things that are killing your paycheck. Let me cue Facebook up as well, and we're going to get started here in a second. We're talking the 4 things that are killing your paycheck. The solution will blow you away, literally. Will literally blow you away. So let me jump out on Facebook real quick, YouTube, pardon me, and share this on my timeline. And then we'll get started. I don't want to keep you guys long, but a lot of times I'm talking about building wealth, and I don't always talk about the root cause of financial struggle, but that's what I'm going to talk about today. So let me see if I can pull this up so I can share it to my personal page, and then we will get started. Do me a favor, go ahead and type in the chat where you're from and the name of your business or your brand. Where are you from? All right. Yeah, the 4 things that are killing your paycheck. Let me go ahead and share this over. Come on now. I'm waiting on that. I can be pulling up the YouTube chat. You guys know the price of admission is a share, right? So hit the share button, and we're gonna break some things down. What's going on, Keith Jones? Mr. Win Every Award at Game Changer. Keith Jones. Hey, what's going on? Hotlanta is in the building. Yeah, Randy, I won't be able to make your event, but let me know if it's still going down. I've got somebody for you. And I believe she'd be able to come through. She's my accountant, and she's part of my econ. That would be a great, I think that'll fit right into what you guys are doing. So let me know if you want me to try to put that together. And she's right there in your area, so it'd be easier for her. It'd be a little stressful for me. In fact, I think I'm heading the other direction for a meeting in Kansas City, but I think she'd be a perfect fit. And I think if I reach out to her now, we got enough time for her to make that. All right. So, all right. So appreciate you guys. I see some of you guys hit the share button, so I appreciate that. You have paid your price of admission. Now, if you want to give me a tip, right? A tip would be the thumbs up. And yes, okay, Randy, I will connect that and make sure, see if I can get her to clear her calendar for that. Inbox me again the dates and the times so that I can and hook that up. All right. Yeah. So the price of admission is the share, but if you want to give me a tip, you can give me some thumbs up, some hearts, and some likes. So here we go. What are the 4 things that are killing your paycheck? What are the 4 things that are killing your paycheck, literally killing it? Number 1, inflation. Inflation happens very incrementally, and we don't realize it's happening to us until one day you go to the store and a gallon of milk is $5, right? Inflation happens incrementally, so we don't feel the brunt of it. But one day you go to the store and you're like, man, what? Wait, really? Or one of the reasons we don't see it and don't feel it is because big business has gotten good at keeping the box the same size, same height, but then it'll be a lot thinner, right? They keep the packaging looks exactly the same, but it's just a little bit smaller. And you don't realize all of these little incremental changes are happening, but that's basically what it is. So instead of a big business saying your dollar can no longer buy a Coke, what they say is your dollar can only buy this much Coke. So they take the Coke bottle, and that's the reason they use these different shapes, because they take the Coke bottle, this same shape, and they just make it smaller. And nobody thinks to look at the difference between a 14-ounce Coke and a 16-ounce Coke. We just know that we're going in to spend $1, we're going to grab a Coke. But we used to be able to grab a 16-ounce Coke. Now the Coke is 14 ounces. That's how they hide and mask inflation. So here's the question when it comes to inflation, because people think it really doesn't affect them. But here's the question you have to ask. The cost of living doubles every 18 to 24 years. So let's just say around about every 20 years, the cost of living is going to double. Can you say without a shadow of a doubt that your income is going to double in the next 20 years? If you stay on your job and say you don't have any right sizing, downsizing, layoffs, or anything like that, and your job just stays steady and it grows and you keep getting your raise year over year, will in 20 years, will you be making twice as much as you are making right now in the same position? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. So I'm not going to get into Body by Bazelle says, heck no. I'm not going to get into why inflation is, but you guys know the dollar isn't backed by anything. You guys know the Federal Reserve is not a government entity. It's a private bank. That has a lot to do with it, but just understand how it affects you. See, a lot of times we get into some of these things and some of these arguments and these debates about all of this stuff that we have absolutely no control over. I can't do nothing about the Federal Reserve. I can't do nothing about the fact that it's not a government entity. I can't go into Congress and make them say, let's audit the federal. I can't do any of that stuff. So let's talk in terms of how this stuff is affecting you personally. Is that okay? Because sometimes I get into some discussions and brothers be taking it way there, and I'm like, dude, how is that going to help me in my situation right now? Right? How is that going to help me? Right? So we're not going to talk about the Federal Reserve and all that, but just know because of that, the cost of living doubles every 18 to 24 years. If you do absolutely nothing but work your job, you don't do nothing. You just work your job. Your job doesn't lay you off. It just keeps you. And you get your regular raises every year. Will your income be twice as much? And the answer for most people is no. Some people will get some promotions and some other titles, and it's still not gonna, since money doesn't come with instructions, right? It doesn't. So inflation is number one. That's one of the things that's killing your paycheck. The value of the dollar is going down on a regular and consistent basis. It's going down incrementally so you don't feel it, right? If you don't have a solution to make money in a way that grows faster than the pace of inflation, you're going to struggle in America. We're talking about the richest country in the world. People are still struggling, but if you can never get to the root cause of a problem, you can never really solve a problem. So number one is inflation. Number two is taxes. Now, you guys heard me talk about taxes a lot, but working Americans don't understand how the tax code is set up. The way you make your money in America determines the tax bracket that you're in. W-2 is a tax code which lumps you into a particular tax bracket. It's not always about how much money you make, it's the code that you make your money under. 95% of Americans make 100% of their income through labor or W-2. Not a job bashing session. I don't bash people with jobs. I love people who have jobs. There's nothing wrong with having a job. Just don't be satisfied with a job. Don't get duped into believing that your job is going to make you wealthy. It's very, very hard to build wealth with a job only. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can build wealth more effectively with your job, but you can't do it with a job only. So taxes will eat up about 1/3 of your paycheck because that's how you're making your money. You're making your money with labor. People who make money with labor are taxed the absolute most, bar none, period. About a third of your income goes to taxes. Federal taxes, somewhere around 24, 25%. State taxes, another 6 or 7%. And then some of you guys are paying city taxes and local taxes. That's just on your income. Then you pay a sales tax on everything you buy. Most states have a personal property tax that you pay on everything you own. Then you got to pay real estate tax if you own property. And it's phenomenal. It's amazing how much income actually is allocated and goes to tax liability from working class people. Again, nothing wrong with a job. Just understand what you have signed up for. If all you do is work a job, you're positioning yourself to pay the absolute most in taxes, period. Everybody follow me? So number one thing that's killing your check is inflation. Number two thing that's killing your check is taxes. Because of these two things, we sign up for the third thing that's killing our paycheck, and that is debt. Yes, we sign up for debt. So taxes is killing your check. Inflation is killing your check. And because of that, you're bringing home, we're trying to live a gross lifestyle off of a net income. You guys agree? We look at our gross and say, man, I make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $80,000 a year. So we want a lifestyle that matches that. But we're trying to pay for that $30,000, $50,000, $80,000 a year lifestyle with a net income. And you guys realize that math just don't add up, right? That math just don't add up. I make 80 grand, but I bring home 60. In order for me to live an 80 grand lifestyle, I got to go out and borrow 60. Go out and borrow 20. So because of inflation, because of taxes, you tend to go and finance stuff to make up the difference between your gross and your net. Some people are financing stuff and they're spending way over their gross. Right? Some people are making 80 grand a year, but they're spending 140 grand a year because of debt. Right? So you've got to have a solution for debt. Right? Shout out to my girl, Body Baba Zell. She said, hey, you know what? I went and took a lump sum of money, paid my car off a whole year early. Now I got that car note money. I'm going to use that to snowball and get rid of some more debt. And if she keeps doing that, she's eventually going to have money left over every month to start investing and growing a solid wealth building portfolio. Right? So number three thing is debt. Number four thing is big business, or what some people might call social engineering. Right? Big business, or some people might call that social engineering. So after inflation has dwindled our dollar down, then taxes, Uncle Sam has taken his portion out of it. Then I go borrow the money, and then I have to take and pay that money back after I borrowed it. What's left, I'm socially engineered to spend that with big business. Right? We're in February. How many of you guys bought something for somebody for Valentine's Day? Even if we're saying, you know what, I really don't celebrate Valentine's Day, but my kid got a Valentine's Day party going on at school. So I got to buy them some Valentine's Day cards. I got to buy them some cupcakes to take up to the school. I got to buy them some candy or something. That's called social engineering. Mom is opted out of Valentine's Day. Dad has opted out of Valentine's Day. But we can't tell the kids, no, you can't participate in the Valentine's Day party at school. You guys get that? That's called social engineering. We don't want our child to feel like an outcast if we pull them away from some of these things that's causing us to spend money. So we go ahead and participate. It's called social engineering. So the money that after we lost our money to inflation, cost of living keeps going up. We lost our money to Uncle Sam. We've lost our money to paying interest on debt. Now we're socially engineered to spend what's left. Right? It says your outgo is more than your income, your upkeep will be your downfall. Absolutely. Absolutely. So once we realize that that's the thing. Another thing that tends to happen is, how many of you guys ever felt this way? It seems like I work just to pay bills. It seems like that's all I get to do is when I work, all I get to do is pay bills, right? Anybody ever felt that way? Guess what? Big business know that you feel that way. And because you feel that way, you tend to go overboard when it's time to celebrate birthday, anniversary, some of the holidays, Mother's Day, Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, Halloween Day. See, when you feel like, man, I'm so sick and tired of all I do is every time payday happens, I get my check, I don't even get paid. Everybody I owe gets paid. And then when you finally get a chance to celebrate, you tend to go overboard a little bit. That's called social engineering, right? You're being engineered to spend your money in a way that is not the most productive for you to spend it, right? Now, I promise you guys, if you stuck around to the end of the video, I break down for you the simplest solution. The simplest solution that can tackle all of these problems is a home-based business. Oh, here you go with the network marketing pitch. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. I want you to think. I don't want you to think with your emotions right now. I want you to think with your logic right now. I want you to think with your logic right now. The 4 things that are killing you: inflation, taxes, debt, and big business. So Cortez, if those 4 things are killing me, how does a simple home-based business solve those things? That's not making any sense to me, right? Remember I told you, how you make your money in America determines how you're taxed in America. How you make your money, you are placed in certain tax brackets, right? Certain tax brackets because you make your money under certain tax codes. So right now, if you work a job only, you are under a certain tax code called W-2. Those of us who have home-based businesses, we also earn money under what's called tax code 1099. Well, Cortez, how does that help me with my situation? Well, the first thing we attack with a home-based business is your taxes, right? We're going to get to some of the other solutions, but let's talk about how a home-based business can help you overcome the tax problem. All right. So just by starting a home-based business, now you have income coming in as a 1099. Just by having a business, you get to adjust your W-4 form on your job. That form is what tells your employer how much money to withhold from your paycheck, right? Most of us fill that form out wrong just to begin with. So as having a home-based business, now I get to correct that form, first of all, because we'll show you how to do that. And then second of all, I get to fill out page 2 of that form. Most of us didn't even realize there was 2 pages to the form, right? But when you have a home-based business, you put that on page 2, that increases your allowances. That means your job will then take less money out of your paycheck. So right there, we're solving that problem you have with your taxes, right? That's one of the 4 things that's eating up your check. So now, because you added a home-based business, taxes is eating a lot less of your check. Does everybody agree? Is everybody following? I want to make sure everybody gets this. If you're able to comment and interact with me, please do so. Does everybody get that? Because I have a home-based business, I get to complete page 2 of the W-4 form, and now Uncle Sam takes less money out of my check. Did we just solve that problem that you have with taxes? Yes or yes? So one of the big four is being addressed with a home-based business. Okay, Cortez, how does a home-based business address the other ones then? I'm glad you asked. So because we're able to complete page 2 of the W-4 form, less money comes out of my paycheck. That means more money comes back into my household. What do I do with this extra money, Cortez? Now we attack debt, the second thing that's killing our check. So now people who partner with us in this home-based business will literally increase their take-home pay anywhere from $200 to $600 per month. $200 to $600 per month. Now, what happens if, say, Rashawn joins with the Black Wealth Movement and his W-4 changes, and now he brings an extra $300 a month? What happens if he takes that extra $300 a month and throws it straight at the car note every month? He does like Bazelle, pays the car off early. And now he starts to increase cash flow. He's saving money because now he's not paying all of that interest for 2, 3, 4 years. He's eating right into the principal with the extra payment. So again, this all began with a single solution of a home-based business. Started a home-based business that addressed my tax situation, that brought more money into my household. And then that extra money, I'm able to use that to attack my debt situation, because that's another one of the big four that's eating up my income, right? Another way that you can free up even more money, especially if you join this home-based business. Now, you can use any home-based business. You can create your own if you want to, but just understand why a business works for this strategy and attacking the 4 things that are killing your paycheck. Another thing that you can do to increase your cash flow is fix your credit. Now, our program has a credit restoration system built in. You don't pay anything extra. It just comes with your membership. Fix your credit. Because say Rashawn just say this is a new car. He just got it this year. All right, so we can't expect him to pay it off with an extra $300 in a 12-month. However, if he got the car when his credit wasn't so hot, and he went through our program and he boosted his credit 100 points, 200 points, he's up over 750. Now he can refinance the car loan. He was paying $450, now he's paying $250. What does he do with that extra $200? He's got $300 coming from Uncle Sam, $200 coming because he refinanced the car. He still give them their $250 note and then turn around and give them the extra $500 every month and pay the car off a lot faster. You guys see how that works? So starting a home-based business, attack your debt problem. That then snowball into being able to attack your taxes problem. That snowball into being able to attack your debt problem. Well, Cortez, how does that help me with inflation? I'm glad you asked. Once the debt is gone, now, say for instance, we're still dealing with Rashawn. His car note was $450, now it's $250. He took the extra $500 that he got back from taxes and refinancing the car because he fixed his credit. Now he pays the car note off faster. So now he has the $250 from the original refinance, $300 from taxes. The car note is gone, so that's another $250. Now he has $750 per month. He can easily invest a portion of that money where he can get double-digit returns, 12, 13, 14% returns. You guys saying, Cortez, where do we get 14% returns? Join the Black Wealth Movement, and I'll tell you. But now you see We freed up some cash flow. Now we have the money that we need to start growing wealth at a faster pace than inflation. See, on the job, you're going to get a 2, maybe 3% raise year over year if you're lucky. Well, that's right at the rate of inflation. Sometimes inflation is 5%, 6%. Historically, over the last 100 years, it's been at least 2%. So if you are able to free up some money and start investing at 10%, 12%, 14%, now your money is growing faster than the rate of inflation. So now we've attacked inflation. Now, Cortez, how do we attack social engineering? See, there's nothing wrong. Okay, bye, Bazil. There's nothing wrong with owning stuff. The problem is how we own stuff. There's nothing wrong with buying stuff. Jet skis, you want a boat, you want a luxury vehicle. There's nothing wrong with having that stuff. The problem is how we get that stuff. So as we understand that Rasan, in this case, can take his $750, he can park it somewhere where it's going to grow faster than the rate of inflation. Over the next 7, 8, 9 years, Rasan might, at $750 a month, invested at 14%, might grow that to about $300,000, $350,000. Rasan says, you know what? I've been doing the right thing with my money. I've been growing. I've been building wealth. Now I want to get me a toy. Nothing wrong with having toys, Rasan. It's all about how you get the toys. Yes, I will. This will post as soon as we're done. It's how you get the toys. So instead of Rasan taking money that he goes to work for every day and getting his, I don't know, Mercedes C-Class. I don't even know what kind of luxury vehicle you can get. But you get this luxury vehicle, right? So instead of taking the money that he works and labors for, he's going to take the money that he let work for him. He put his money somewhere and then he let inflation push it. Now he's going to take that money, the 350. He said, you know what? I'm going to pull 100 out and I'm going to go and buy me an apartment complex. Apartment complex has passive income of about 10 grand per month. So now take money from another asset. Now this asset can go out and buy his luxury car. See, now, because you're not buying stuff on credit, you're not buying stuff with debt. You're buying. That's a whole different way of dealing and putting all this started. Homes. Some of y'all are missing it because you're saying, Cortez, what you do is network marketing things. Yeah. Get this, how we're using that little pyramid. See, some of y'all are missing it. You're throwing a baby out with the bathwater. Some of you guys are swearing, Cortez, I can't stand network marketing. You can't stand your job either, but you go every day. You ain't missed a day in 6 years. Because the job provides a benefit called a paycheck that you can use to put a roof over your head and put food on your mouth. A home-based business, whether you like it or not, provides a benefit that will allow you to build multi-generational wealth because it's going to save you in taxes. It's going to allow you to take the tax dollars and get yourself out of debt. We teach you how to invest, and now you start growing generational wealth. I didn't say you had to like it. I just said this is a solid solution I ain't saying you have to be in love with the solution. A lot of people hate network marketing, but I learned enough about it, or have learned enough about it to say, hey, let me use this as a tool. Now, I just happen to like it, but you can do any type of home-based business. That's what I want you to get. Add a 1099 to your W-2, and you can start winning. Now, if you need someone to teach you how to do it, then that's what we're here for. We will teach you how to execute this game plan. But if you heard enough and you say, you know what, I can go to the library, I can do me some research, I can get me some books, I can get some training, I can just start me a home-based business making jewelry at my kitchen table, and I'm going to use this the same way Cortez said. If you can figure it out, good. I just want you to win, man. I want you to know that this is a valid strategy. On the other hand, if you're saying, I know I need to do this, but I'm not sure I can do it on my own, $50 a month, we can help you do it with us. That's all I'm saying. A lot of people saying, Cortez, you're just trying to get people in your thing. No, I'm trying to get people to build wealth. I just gave you the whole blueprint. You don't have to be in my thing to make this work. But if you don't know how to execute this game plan, then let me hold your hand and help you get it done. Any questions? Any questions? This is what we do, man. So far, I've helped over 600 families get on the road to understanding how this all works. And all of them are in various stages of building generational wealth. Some of them stuck around just long enough to get the game, and they went off and did their own thing. I don't care, man. Listen, I just want our people to win, man. But those who are sticking around, staying close to the fire, staying close to the heat, they're growing a little bit faster because we have systems in place, we have the tools in place, and you don't have to go and recreate the wheel, is what we're saying. So, is that making any sense to anybody? Any questions whatsoever? Any questions? Anybody ready to get off the fence and get started? Just say, man, I'm ready to roll with you, bro. All right. All right. So, yeah, man, just win. You can win with me. You can win without me. Just win. I don't care. You guys know I give you the game every day, Monday through Friday. And then I'm live on Saturdays and Sundays too. So it's not about me. I just want everybody to win. And you can win with our system, create your own system, join another system. I don't care, man. Let's just win. What I ultimately want to have happen is enough of us winning. So when I go buy this 100,000 acres and I need some help building a city, building a main street, I know enough brothers and sisters who got their money right that I can call and say, man, let me put you down for 3 or 4 blocks. Let me put you down for a subdivision over here. Let me put you down for a skyscraper in the downtown area. But you got the bread to do it because you've been winning based on these strategies that we've all been sharing with each other. That makes sense? Can I do this with spouse under home-based business? Yes. In fact, I have my own business. My wife has her own business in the same system. So yeah, you can do it with your wife if you wanted to do it with your wife and she owns the account and you guys work it together. You can absolutely do that. If you own the account and you want to work it with, yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Catherine said, I am ready. Let me know. Let me put in the place that you will go to get started. Catherine, if you're ready. Let me see. I think I got this. Yeah, just go to joincorteznow.com as where you would go and join. If you got questions, just jump in my inbox, man, and we can do some questions and answers. I like that. Donnell said, "Hey, man, where do I start?" It's the same. So joincorteznow.com. Well, I'll put the direct link in there too. So that's where you would start. It'll cost you $35 to start today. And I say 50 because there's a product that you will get to help you build it. So it'll be right at $50 a month, which be your monthly obligation. And then I'll help you build, man. It ain't, this is what I've been doing for the last 3 years. This is what I do full time. This is how I feed my family. So if you guys are ready and want to take this thing to a whole nother level, I want to help you do it, man. This is what I do. The branding, the marketing, all of that stuff, man. It's as simple as plugging somebody into this live stream right now. If you tag some people in this live stream right now and they watch it from the beginning, chances are they're at least going to want some more information. See, I do all the presenting. I have all sorts of things that people can plug into to make it easy to help you grow. Chances are right now, Donnell and who else? Kathleen. Chances are right now, y'all both know at least 10 or 15 people that need to be on this stream right now. When we're done, just tag them in it and say, "Hey, man, I just partnered up with this guy, man, doing some major things. I'm looking for some people to run with," and get a couple of your homeboys and your homegirls to run with you. And I'll help you guys all build. That's what we're talking about. All right. So any other questions? Any other questions? I want to make sure everybody knows what's going on, how to make this connection happen. And we're just going to build, man. We're just going to build. Just going to build. All right. So if you guys don't have any questions, or if you do, and you're watching this replay later, put your questions in. I monitor the replay and the messaging and everything all day long. So if a question pops to your mind later, or if you're watching this on a replay and you got questions, don't hesitate to type the question. I'm going to come back and respond to that question. All right. So, but this is how we build, right? This is how we build. Montgomery said you love to get more information. Absolutely. Absolutely. I will come back and get you some information. I'll jump in your inbox, Montgomery, and get you some information for sure. For sure. And I'm not asking anybody, if you're not ready, you haven't seen some of this stuff before. Some of you guys have been following me and kind of know a lot of this stuff already. But I'm not saying that you need to make a decision based off this. I'm saying, do you need more information? Are you seriously looking for a way to A, make some extra money, B, fix your credit, minimize your taxes, learn how to invest, get yourself out of debt? Let me show you our system and its fullness. And if you decide that you see an opportunity for yourself, then I love to coach and mentor you through this program and help you win. That's what I'm saying. All right. So with that, I am your main man, H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur. Until I talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every one of you. Peace out, y'all.